Welcome back. Today at Financial Focus, we are talking keeping track of financial accounts, making sure we're not losing track of them. Joining us to talk about that, we are joined by Colton Saunders with Edward Jones. Hello, Colton. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Mary Grace. Great to be here.
Of course, great to have you here talking about this topic because, interestingly, I'm reading here, Colton, about 1 in 7 people have unclaimed cash or property totaling billions of dollars. That's according to the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators. That's a pretty big number, 1 in 7, which I guess this just happens for a variety of reasons, Colton.
It does, yeah, and I'll be honest, the most common reason that I personally see is folks leaving an employer. Maybe they've left an employer and rolled right into their new job and kind of forget all about that old retirement plan that they have. And the thing that kind of compounds that as well is a lot of times people may move when they change employers. And so then they've also changed the address. And so the old, retirement plan administrator has really no way of mailing them something or getting in contact with them unless they have some sort of online access. So that's normally how this problem evolves,
It's
at
a
least from
pretty
our vantage point.
It's a
So,
pretty easy, mistake to make, or pretty easy just something to kind of forget about. And when you're making that transition to a new job or moving somewhere or something like that. With that, what kind of suggestions do you have for making sure that we are keeping track of these accounts?
yeah, I get, a few sort of quick things, maybe just reduce the amount of different financial accounts you have. So anytime you can, have maybe fewer banks or fewer brokerage accounts at different places, that may make it easier for you to kind of navigate that, keep track of things. Couple other things, making sure that you report address changes or name changes, of course, is important. Um, the other thing is when you leave an employer, try to make sure you know what you want to do with that, whether you want to move your old retirement plan to your new employer, roll it to an IRA, maybe leave it there. There's a lot of different scenarios and things you can do with that, more than what we have time to get to today, but that's certainly an important decision, so definitely keep that in mind as well.
Right. And chances are some people out there listening are those 1 in 7 who have money out there somewhere. What can we do if we think we do, or maybe we want to check and see, do we have money somewhere that we've lost or forgotten about?
Yeah, so this is a fairly new thing. There's been several years that I've thought, man, wouldn't it be great if there was some type of database that we could go to search for these old accounts? Well, now there is. I have not personally used it, but I have heard of some folks that have used it and had good luck. So this is something put on by the Department of Labor. So this is a newly launched retirement savings lost and found database. And the web address to go to is lostandfound.dol.gov. And I'll say that one more time, lostandfound.dol.gov. And this is if you think you maybe potentially have lost an old retirement plan. This would be a good place to go to and maybe see if you can find it.
Excellent. So there are resources out there. In fact, there's even more resources than just that one website that we don't have time to get to today. Of course, people can always reach out to you, Colton, to help with this. Make sure we're meeting our financial goals. How can we get in contact with you?
Of course, hop online, edwardjones.com. You can search in our local area. There's several of us here in town that would be happy to talk with you and see if we can help.
Excellent. Well, some great tips here today, Colton. Again, Colton Saunders with Edward Jones. Colton, thanks again for joining us.